ahead.
Okay. Hi, what we're going to do in this video, and thank you to my awesome cameraman Wes, who's helping me with the video shoot today. We're going to go through, in this training video, how to open and close and operate Clawson Fitness Center, and then we're going to go over to North Quad in a little bit. So you've got two options as a staff member coming in to get into the facility. You've got ID card taps here with your ID card or mobile ID, or right around the corner in our receiving area, there's another card tap that'll let you in. Same thing, mobile ID or ID card machine. If you can't get in for some reason, use the group me. Call the rec center and we'll try to get things straightened out. But those things should get you into the rec center. These doors are on timing system, so when our facility's open, which is Sunday through Thursday from 4 to 9, Friday 4 to 7, and close on Saturdays, right at that 4 o'clock time, those should come on, and then when we close, right at that time, they should go back to red right now. So when we're during operating hours, this light should be green and people should be able to come in and out as they want. Okay, so then they'll come into the facility, hopefully not have an alarm. That should not happen, but the door was stuck a little bit. All right, so coming into the main entrance, we've got a lot of these signs posted, and these rules, for those of you that have worked at the rec center, it's very similar. Right now, people need to wear a mask at all times. We want customers to clean surfaces when they're done using them. Keep distancing, and you're going to see in a moment how customers are going to check in, which includes a temperature scan. Okay, so coming in here, you can see we've got a few spacing markers for people to wait while they're checking in. Obviously the challenge with Clawson and North Quad is there's one person here. So you're not always going to be at the desk. You're going to sometimes be cleaning the facility and having to keep an eye on things. You might have to go downstairs periodically and check on things. So you're really active and you're kind of moving around quite a bit. But coming into into Clawson, the customers will scan their ID card here, and as staff we will take their temperature. This serves as the trigger and the power button, so pushing it, if it's sleeping, turns it on, and right on the forehead gives the temperature, so that'll be at the station. There's a few things I did want to show you at the station that are important, and all of these things are on the opening and closing checklist. But this is where we have our music player right here, and we've got directions that I'll show you on the computer on how to use that if the screen's not live. If you can come around the corner, Wes. We've got a binder here called Clawson Fitness Center. This has a lot of great information. This has accident forms. This has other forms. This has our touch point cleaning checklist, which we're going to be doing every couple hours, just like we're doing at the rec center. Okay. And then there's extra forms in here. So fire, what to do in case of fire, what to do in case of tornado, all those things are in this binder. We also have the assignments for the deep cleaning of the cardio equipment that we do depending on the day that you're working. So that's there as well. All right, just coming over to the front desk, just a few things to show. We'll be fine at night just shutting off the monitor. Leave the computer running. But in case you need to get into the computer, we've got all the login information right here and on the back. This sheet also has important phone numbers for the rec center, Miami Police if there's an emergency. If you need to call North Quad for some reason, we've got the computer login information here. Max Galaxy is what we use for the customers to check in at the beginning. A couple important things is you need to have that open in Internet Explorer, and it could be left open at all times. Once you log in, it should say Clawson check in. That's your location. So we're tracking usage in Clawson. If you need to reopen the window completely, and again, these directions are here, but you'll go to membership, check-in, which is right here, and then when a customer scans their card, it'll pop up. If a green box pops up, that means they're good to use the Clawson. If it doesn't, that means for some reason their card's not active, they're not showing as an active student. They will not be able to use the facility, and just ask them to leave. If they think there's some sort of student issue with their ID card, have them go to One Stop to try to get that squared away. Other thing that's important about this check-in screen, if we've got any rentals in our multi-purpose room in the basement, which we're going to see here in a moment, it'll show that the name of the group, the start time and the end times of who's coming in. So looking under this active events, it'll kind of give a daily calendar of what's going on. Desk is right here. I'm sorry, not the desk. The desk phone is right here. The Clawson number's here. And this is also where you can time punch in and time punch out when you're coming or going accordingly. Okay. So moving through our main space. I also forgot to mention it, right by our music area, we also have the keys to the facility. So we're going to show you a couple keys. Facility key, which is mainly for some storage rooms downstairs. And then this is the music box key for our groups that use the stereo downstairs. So we'll just take it with us. As you can see, we've spaced a lot of equipment out, trying to maintain the 6-foot distancing at all times. Just like the rec center, we've got multiple cleaning stations. The difference between the rec center, North Quad, and Clawson is we don't have laundry facilities here, so we're going to be using wipes or spray bottles and paper towels in Clawson and North Quad to wipe down equipment, and that's both as staff and as customers. For those of you that haven't worked at the rec center yet, something that we discovered that really helps us from a cleaning standpoint is if we see this sign, that means no one has been on it since we did our last facility cleaning. So you don't have to wipe down the machine again. But if we're doing our 2-hour cleaning and you see this, that means we just wipe everything down and then flip it back over when it's done. So that's on all the cardio equipment. Just as the rec center, as we've talked before, do not spray the electronic screens on any equipment with electric screens. Spray the frame, just take the wet rag and go over the top with that. Okay. Again, we've got things spaced out very well. We've got signs up. But as we've discovered at the rec center, and odds are at Clawson and North Quad, we're going to have a lot of people that are just moving back on campus. So there's going to be an education process about the mask and about the cleaning of the equipment. People have been very good about catching on with that and following that, but just be aware that there could be a learning curve with that at the beginning. As we go downstairs, something that we did at the rec center and will be doing in these facilities is drinking fountains are off limits. We do have activated sensory bottle filling stations here and at North Quad, so customers could fill those up, but these are going to be blocked off. So then going downstairs, and there really shouldn't be anyone down here unless they've got a reservation. If someone comes in to go use the multi-purpose room space, that's fine, but we do have to have distancing with that. And we don't want any weights or things coming down into this area. We've got 2 restrooms, men's here, women's here. And then similar drinking fountain setups to what we've got upstairs. It'll be the same kind of situation. We do have sometimes people exercising in this hallway. The capacity is 4 people from spacing standpoint. So just be aware of that as you're doing your rounds. Going to our multi-purpose room. Capacity is 14. I mentioned earlier we've got several storage rooms. We've got one here. We've got one here. And here. And it's this key that looks just like a rec center key. A lot of these storage rooms have club sports or other fitness equipment that is stored. The groups that are coming in know if they've got access to it. Light switches for the multi-purpose room are right here. Again, we've got the policies stated here, capacity here as well. If we need to open the music stereo system for any groups that are using it, we use this key here. Does this come all the way down in this?
I believe so, yeah.
It does?
I think so.
Let's see what's happening.
This is the box in there stuff.
Can't tell. You can't touch this. So we'll get that squared away. Not sure what's happening there. Okay. Another storage room here. And then we've got two more in this other side of the room. Okay. So last thing I wanted to show you is, I want to go back up to the computer, show you a couple documents that you'll be working off of. I didn't show those at the beginning. And then I also want to show you the light switches for the main area upstairs. So every 2 hours, we'll be doing cleaning of the facility, taking a spray bottle and paper towels. The checklist that we have, it's basically touch points. So as we're going around the facility, we've got some touch points that we put on the checklist. And then we've also made some notes about areas that we'll check that are specific to the facility. We'll be going through those first cleaning rounds with staff so we kind of get a handle of what needs to be done. Just like we do at the rec center with a lot of the equipment, we're trying to wipe down pads, pins, and handles. So we happen to have a nice sunny day. If the facility's getting too hot, we can pull shades down around to control the lighting and the temperature a little bit. But when we are doing a clean around, we're going to be cleaning all this equipment, wiping it down, whether it's dumbbell handles or weight bars if people aren't using them. Or again, just doing handles, pins, pads as appropriate with those cleaning things. At closing, alluded to it earlier, each night we're mainly, all we have to do is shut down the lights and then make sure the doors have gone red. Sorry I missed this earlier, but these are the light switches for the main floor right here. So right as you come in, those are there. And then the last things I wanted to show you on the computer, after I put these keys away. And we've tried to put everything right on the desktop. We've got the Patron count sheet right here, which is the same document we use at the rec center. There's a tab for Clawson. Work order link, Clawson opening, Clawson closing, and then if there's any signs that need to be made up, whether it's an out of order sign or we need additional signs, the same sign that this template is used, this is that template. So you can make signs as you need, and you've got printer here that you could print those off. So that is our walking tour of North Quad.
Clawson.
Sorry, Clawson. This is our walking tour of Clawson. We're going to go to North Quad here next. But that's kind of it. We've got the capacity of 29 up on this main floor. That's probably going to be the biggest thing that we're going to be working with right now. I would say probably in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, we'll start having some groups using the multi-purpose room. Thanks for watching.